All right, it's 6 o'clock now, so we will go ahead and get started. So we will have our call to order. Or that is our call to order. We'll have a roll call, sorry.
That's okay. Member Perkins?
Here.
Member Patterson? Here. Member Armstrong?
Here.
Councilmember Noel? Here. And Chairman Williams?
Here.
Chairman, you do have a quorum. All members are present.
Wonderful. So we have the agenda in front of us. We will, any changes or anything?
Yes, if I could just make one, or a couple correction, on the new business item. I put down the wrong zoning. It's actually C1 central business zoning. And then if we could strike out the non-complying part of that, because non-complying deals with area of the lot, and that's not the case in this particular instance.
All right, so we have a amended agenda. We will entertain a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion, second?
Second.
Got a second, all in favor? Great. Motion carries. Next, approval of the minutes from the May 15th meeting. They were emailed out. Any changes or corrections? We will entertain a motion to approve those.
Make a motion.
Got a motion. We'll take you as a second. So, all in favor? Next is constituents' comments. Any comments from the crowd? The last chance, you can get 3 minutes. Now, old business, we will review the amendments to the board bylaws.
Yes.
Those were emailed out. I perused them. I didn't see anything clear to me. Has Ginger reviewed?
I don't know, if she's fine, if, she didn't have any comments, from this point forward, but I figured that by the time they are, once the board has a chance to final everything on theirs, I'll have her review it just one last time. And then, just for, I don't anticipate any changes in it, so.
Anybody see anything that?
That's good for our discussion, so that's good.
So, do we want to? So should we get instead of a draft copy, a final copy at the next meeting and maybe let her review it between now and then vote on it, or should we vote on it now and think?
If you'd like, and we could do either way. And I was thinking that, procedurally, if you wanted to vote to approve it, and then just condition on, legal review, and then I will get a final copy of it for everybody's signature.
All the stricken things.
Yes.
removed. Does that sound good to everyone? All right. Well, we will entertain a motion to adopt our amended bylaws subject to legal approval or legal review.
Yes.
Make a motion.
Got a motion, second?
Second.
Should we do a roll call on that? Yeah, let's do a roll call vote.
Okay, if you are in agreement, you'll say yes when I call your name. Member Perkins?
Yes.
Member Patterson?
Yes.
Member Armstrong?
Yes.
Councilmember Noel? Yes. Chairman Williams?
Yes.
Well, thank you very much for all your reading and all that too, so.
Third time's a charm.
All right. Now on to new business, so we'll turn it over.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, I guess I should wait for Kate, who's watching this. So in essence, this is the property is located on 217 East Collins Street. This is in Ward 1. It's zone C1, 0.157, or yes, 0.157 acre. The property owner is Joey Simmons at SimJoe LLC, and then Chaz is here. He can answer any questions he's representing. The variance is a relief from the strict application of the street frontage requirement that is on East Holland Street. And you can see where East Holland is there, that tiny sliver of a property. So basically, the recommendation I had is that it meets all of the standards for this type of lot as well as the variance. And the recommendation is to approve it with the variance for 35-foot variance for that portion of the property that is on East Holland Street. And then going into a little bit more detail, this is a lot of record. There is a provision in our zoning ordinance for lots of records. And technically, or I guess if there was a way to actually increase the street frontage by owning the next door property, then that would be an acceptable way of meeting the code, except for in this case, on both sides, this is a different property ownership, and then of course that is the city's road. So there's no way to meet, this provision doesn't help the applicant in this case, the property owner. Summarizing the 10 conditions or 10 standards for a variance. This is an existing physical feature. So the frontage on it was not created by the owner. This has been around since, I think, before 1910. And if we go through each one, it's an existing physical feature that's creating the hardship. This is a unique condition. There might be one other one in the zoning district, but that particular one is not even, it's not the same actual type of condition. So this is a unique condition. The variance in the bulk regulation, it doesn't create an activity or anything like that that permits that other than permitted for the C1 zone district. There's no financial returns for consideration. We don't do that. The hardship, number 5, it was created, I found at least since 1910. It might have been even sooner. There's no special privileges conferred on it. The variance is the minimum relief for the use of the property. And then this is not detrimental to the public welfare or injurious. There's no other adverse impact. And then the variance, this is not a national register property. It's a vacant parcel, so it's not impacting any type of historic features. Let's see. So this is context and the standards for the variance. And as you can see, this is the parcel that we're talking about. It's on the north side of East Holland Street and just west of North Jefferson Street. The C1 regulation requires that the minimum street frontage is 75 feet. And this particular frontage is 40 feet based on a survey. So you're looking at deviation 20 to 26% based on the Sanborn fire map. I had to scale the map, and it was not exactly the clearest in my scale, but you can see what the applicant is wanting to do as far as develop property. They want to put something that is very much in context with the neighborhood, but this is their development, which is using that sliver of land. So looking back on the Sanborn fire map, it looked like, actually my little arrow got moved in the report. It's actually located right where that blue dot is. And this is from the 1910 Sanborn fire map. And it looks like that sliver has, it initially was a single family residential back then and was approximately about 55 to 60 feet, scaling it. And you can see in the context what it looked like over the course of the years. There was a long rectilinear building back in 1992, but between that and 2007, it was removed. And it was located on this corner here where my green arrow is, or green spotlight. There's a larger image of it. And this is the proposed development, a larger image of it. You can see they have 40 foot to work with, and that's 35 foot less than the lot frontage that's permitted for that zone, or that is required for that zone district. Just looking at our compatibility with our adopted plans, it is compatible and consistent with our comprehensive plans. I'll entertain any questions.
So looking to put a commercial building.
Yes, sir. Commercial downstairs with the possibility of something being upstairs, rental wise, single family, 300 or 400 square foot.
Yeah, so in the procedural notification that was in the staff report, they do have some, they will need to go before planning commission in order to get the approval for it. So there's steps afterwards, but for right now, in order to just use the property, they're requesting this variance.
Do you have any anticipation of any issues with the planning commission?
No, it's permitted, to have a business office. I think initially there was a real estate office, but I think now they're just calling it office and then residential upstairs. Our code that we changed back in November, allows for upstairs, single family, or upstairs, I should say, residential unit. And, but that requires planning commission, approval for it. Based on just the concept plan that we've looked at, they can meet the parking requirements for it. There's questions on how they have their access there, but that can all be resolved during, as they develop the site plan.
Say, is ingress and egress going to be off of Holland or off of?
Jefferson.
Yeah, off of Jefferson, yes. It would be the original plan way back when, this has been going on since, I think, 2.5 years. And the initial plan showed it attempting to access off of here to meet parking requirements, but there was just no way that's actually achievable. Both of these roads, Holland, East Holland, and Jefferson, are state right-of-way. And that's why when I go to my larger plan here that shows it, this may not be possible because of just the proximity to East Holland Street intersection. And I haven't really reviewed anything further past this because they had to get the Board of Zoning Appeals variance for it, and depending on how the board decides on it, I'll look deeper into it, essentially.
I had a verbal from a TDOT representative that we believe that we could do the two. He's going to come do a site visit once we make it through BZA. But we have a alternative that will allow for one use coming in or out, because it's already existing, it's already established. If we have to, we just think this will be better for flow of traffic and everything, having the two entrances, but all that's based on really TDOT. And then I just told him, let's get through BZA and then we'll address that problem next. But we have two options to fix that if we are allowed to move forward with it.
Any questions? All right, so we will entertain a motion to either grant the.
I got one quick question. Has this been addressed before? Has this come up before? Has it come before this committee before?
This particular property? I don't think so. I think it was supposed to. This started, I want to say it was just before Waleed had left last year. It might have even been the year before, and it was actually they came in as a site plan application, and there was just no way it was going to be achieved. But I think it was supposed to come at that time, but it never advanced forward. And so this is the first time that I didn't find any other records of anything coming before the board on this one.
Yeah, as far as I know, nothing had come to the BZA, just that one preliminary review that y'all had.
Yeah, this is
on the
very
previous
unusual.
Site plan.
Yeah, this is very unusual. condition. I mean, I looked in other areas around this property, and really the only ones I saw that might be similar is on the square, but those ones just had, that one just had an empty shell of a building within that form. So, nothing like this. This is just very unusual to have this kind of property. But, and going back to the, historically, it looked like, um, the, the width of that frontage hasn't changed that much.
I'm trying to remember when they put, put the curve in the road.
Yeah,
If they took some of that
yeah,
away, because I mean, many years ago, was that Jefferson, it was a straight road. It didn't bend into Lane Parkway. It was a right angle.
yeah, you can see it right there.
Because, my church is there on the corner.
Okay.
And we've got a spot of grass, but if you dig down in the grass, you can only dig down about this far because the road is right there. Because,
Yes.
the road used to be like this.
Yes, and it looks like, and initially when I was putting this together and I was typing up, my thought was that this building might have been removed because of the way Jefferson, uh, but there was nothing to support that thought. Because you can see right here, this looks like maybe a stormwater detention or something, but I don't know, I can't really tell. And that's what
It might be the train tracks.
yeah, because this parcel right here is a separate parcel. This is a stormwater feature in the back, or let's see, sorry, in the back of here is a stormwater feature. Because you can see it in the plans here too, that they are actually putting their stormwater on the back here, utilizing that. Or at least in one of the plans it showed it that way. Because I think that is right at the edge of the stormwater feature.
Now, how long has Simjo owned that property?
The deed, I think it was, it's only been a couple of years.
Yeah.
I think it was at the end of 2022, maybe November is what the deed shows.
The property to the west of it didn't carve off a piece and sell it. It's been its own separate lot since 1910 or so, right?
This one right here. Yeah, it looked like, let's see, what does the old Sanborn show on here? Yeah, it looks like nothing's really changed substantially between those two.
And we've tried buying property from the property next door to get the distance. It just, they don't want to sell it, so we can't force anybody at that point. And we were looking at the setbacks. If we would have had a 20-foot lot in between us and Holland, we would meet the requirements. It's because of that corner lot is what's really stopping us from doing anything. If that lot cut off 20 foot before Holland, we would meet all the other requirements. It's just that corner lot is what's kind of messing us up from putting anything there.
And all these street names, they didn't stay the same. My eyes were spinning after I was trying to find them.
Any other questions? So we will entertain a motion to either approve the requested variance or not approve the requested variance.
And under the staff recommendation in the report, all the language for, if you needed a motion, is in there.
I'll make a motion to approve the variance.
Using the language.
It's spelled out. I mean, it's very long and detailed, but I figured that it would just be easier to
Memorize it.
So we have a motion. We will entertain a second. A second. All right, we'll do a roll call vote.
I'm the list. There it is. Okay, member Patterson.
Yes.
Member Armstrong,
Yes.
Councilmember Noel,
Yes.
Chairman Williams,
Yes,
Member Cole.
Yes.
motion carries. Any other business?
No other business for me.
Call this meeting adjourned.
All right, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
And, wow, so the